Hello everyone and welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Well, finally today we are seeing a very interesting um, price action. I mean, I was expecting such kind of price action just due the situation with DXY. I forecasted that DXY is going to lift up and it should bring down um, SPY then. To be honest, SPY really surprised me a little bit just when DXY started to lift up. SPY mm, just lifted up at the same time, something it's really strange to see because usually that's not how it works. The correlation between both is very accurate, but usually it works not in that way. Usually SPY goes up or DXY goes up and SPY goes down. So it was surprising me. Bitcoin was reacting more sensitive to DXY, but I was also expecting a little bit more bearish sentiment or bearish price action because we will talk about the flow activity, and I wasn't detecting any kind of big stablecoin outflows, something that was wondering me a little bit because yesterday we received a lot of bitcoins to Gimini, for example, and usually when they sell, they receive stablecoins and they withdraw the stablecoins afterwards. And I was missing this transaction. Now we will find or we will see those outflows indicating they are selling now those bitcoins. Very interesting. So everything was a little bit as forecasted um, a preparation. However, I mean, the day is not done. I have called 375 at SPY. We are still here trading on 387. And to be honest, I don't think we are going to make 375 anymore today. However, SPY looks now much more mm, bearish than before, and Bitcoin should follow it. So, yeah, we will see what's going to happen next, but doesn't look that great. Let us start with my lovely weights ratio 30 days moving average, something I have tweeted today, and I was surprised. I mean, I said that yesterday, it wouldn't surprise me anymore, but that surprised me a lot today. I thought, what the hell? Because we are doing even a higher level right now than just 3 weeks before when we were preparing the next big nuke to 17.7. And that's indicating that they are preparing the next big nuke, in my opinion. And we will see if Bitcoin is going to lift up. If not, wow, it's to be honest, I'm out here. People are saying, Inspo, do you know if the bottom is going to be 13K or say 16K? I really don't have any clue. I'm, you know, if I'm saying or doing something wrong, I don't have any problems to say that. If I'm calling something wrong, I don't have any problem to tell you that. I was wrong. Who cares? Okay? Who cares if I'm wrong? You should care if you're using my information or not my data. Well, that's a different matter. But if you're using my personal conclusion to trade, that's the wrong way, just to make it clear. So nobody should care about that. So I don't have any problems to say, yeah, dude, you're right. I was wrong. 15, 13, I was wrong all the time. I said 24K and we are trading below 21 right now. So I don't have any idea what the bottom could be. In my opinion, and I have mentioned that in the past, and I'm convinced what we are seeing here doesn't have anything to do, but really absolutely nothing to do with a usual market that we have seen in the last at least 1 year, 2 years. Accumulation, distribution, and so on and so forth. Yes, I'm seeing some patterns that looks like redistribution, but it doesn't make sense for me to see redistribution patterns or schematics at 20,000. But I am not the market maker. However, I still think they have the goal to let bleed out some big fish. I don't know if hedge funds, institutionals, are kicking balls just to let wrecked tether. Maybe that's it. If that's the case, we have a bigger problem than just the market price because, if tether collapse, many exchanges will follow. They don't have anymore the time just to shift to other stablecoins. And it seems I was reading the last Wall Street Journal, and more and more hedge funds are joining the party right now. So they are shorting even more. And I think Tether is realizing that they can stop the rain, but not the whole tsunami. And that's actually something it looks like that's going to happen. However, that's really crazy. That's really crazy. That's just wow. Just wow. I said just few days ago, I thought crypto would let me chill a little bit, trade a little bit, make money with that, and just you know, healthy trading. I would call it healthy trading. Just chill, drink a beer, not a beer, a beer, a beer, and just chill. Take a look how the bags are growing at the same time, and not that crap. Really, that's that's insane. That's really insane. Well, however, it is what it is. Let us start here, and we will take a look. The Wales ratio 30 hours moving average. Lifting up, of course, and we are at 90 right now, indicating whales like this party and are sending just more bitcoins to the exchanges. At the same time, stablecoin reserves on exchanges lifting up a little bit, but to be honest, that's nothing. Peanuts. Just really peanuts. Stablecoin supply, it's in declining. Not big, but still declining. Lack of demand. So I see the iceberg, but I can't do anything. That's really insane. I'm not really shocked because this market can't shock me anymore. Really not. But that's really crazy. Maybe Inspo should start a new Twitter account and look for another hobby. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I should think about. I'm kidding, of course. Okay, let us take a look to the next chapter. So, I have told that I was wondering a little bit because we received a lot of spot. Just for example, here confirmed by CryptoQuant, almost 17,000 bitcoins. That was yesterday night. That was my good night tweet with a little bit of sarcasm. But I didn't tweet something like "Be careful tonight" or because everything was looking like preparation, and yeah, I was really relaxed because of that. But in the morning when I was in my office, then I was a little bit surprised. So wait, we have received almost 17,000 Bitcoin. Even in the morning, we have received another almost 4,000 Bitcoin. So we are talking about almost 21,000 Bitcoin, you know? And usually, oh yeah, come on. And usually, I would expect some big outflows because they sell mainly on Binance. The market maker loves. He loves Binance just because of the liquidity. And usually we see big amount of stablecoins taking out from the exchanges. Of course, they sold, so they get stablecoins. They withdraw the stablecoins. It should appear here. And I was thinking, oh the fuck, something has. For me, that's why I said it was looking like preparation. Something is going to happen big because if these guys are not selling yet, something has to happen. And I think today it's just a foretaste of what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow could be really big. Something that, well, I mean, many know George. George is saying he is at the moment more bullish than me, and he's thinking that everything almost what's Powell is going to talk tomorrow is priced in, and the market will react more positive to all of that. I'm not sure about that. I really am not sure because if this guys maintains their trade behavior, it's indicating they are not selling all of that. It's what we are seeing right now. It's just much more a little preparation of what could happen next. And if that's the case, something big is really going to happen because we know that they are using OTC over the counter as well. They use multi-channel really to dump the market. And they use futures with Bitcoin collaterals, with stable coins. They use spot on centralized exchanges and OTC. So multi-channel to nuke the market. And at the moment, we can see they withdraw almost 170 million. No, wait, 180 million. But we also need to have in mind 180 million US dollars in Tether doesn't mean that's pure Bitcoin trades. Maybe they sold some altcoins, whatever. So we need to be very careful. But I don't see all these 20,000 bitcoins already sold. And we are doing, I mean, a nice dump already. So it looks really crazy. As you see, the inflows declined a lot. Stablecoins relatively flat. Nothing big happened here. They sold here a little bit, they sold here a little bit. And even here, the outflows are not really big. So let us take a look to the next chapter. So if we take a look now to the funding rate, we can see they demanded a lot of shorts and then they demanded a lot of longs. I don't think that any big whale with insider information demanded more longs right here, to be honest. However, also here, stablecoin very flat. Also, bitcoins to derivatives very flat. Just compare that to last week, that was huge. Right now, absolutely flat. Something that's really surprising me as well. So let us take a look to the blockchain whispers. Oh, wait, that was maybe a little bit too quick because you are asking, well, Inspo, come on. Open interest, leverage ratio. Yeah, you are right. Uh, Open interest declined a lot. Poor guys. All those just demanding more longs are now just demanding, I don't know, whatever, more trades, more money. Leverage ratio also down just because these guys with high leverage, they got wrecked, it seems. So, but now we are done here. And now we can go forward and take a look to Blockchain Whispers and of course to my lovely, let us, let me show me if I have some luck today. Come on, give me blue, 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 blue. 15 credits. Thank you very much, Kingfisher. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. That's a big support. So let us go back and we can see we have a little bit more longs than shorts. That was even before we done was the case. We had more shorts than we had more longs than shorts. So many of them are still alive, and we have, I would say, a 52 to 48 long short ratio. A different, that's surprising me, a different picture related to Ethereum, where more people are shorting Ethereum much more than, for example, Bitcoin. Bitfinex, I don't care about Bitfinex, as you know, and BitMEX, I'm sorry, BitMEX, but that's low volume. So I also wouldn't care that much here, but that here looks very interesting. That bears are here much more interested to short Ethereum, and bulls are more interested to long Bitcoin at the moment. Interesting, interesting. So let us take a look to the Kingfisher. Wow. Wow. That's big. That's really big. I should start along because it's obvious they will wreck them. In my opinion, and it wouldn't surprise me as well if someone is protecting these positions because I guess some big weights, maybe the market makers, are here shorting big, would make sense. And if we take a look here, we will see that we need to go up from 21 to 21.6. So would make sense. I mean, if we go today to 20k, we would retest the 20k. But to be honest, I don't think so. I really don't think that we are going to retest 20k. It doesn't look that aggressive today. I really think these guys are in preparation. I think that's just a foretaste. And I would expect to go up again, hitting 21.67 like I said today in my tweet. I'm still convinced of that. I have started along, even I'm shorting at the same time. I'm multitasking, and yeah, I didn't sell any of my atoms, luxos, and quants of this world, so um, but maybe I will do that later on. We will see. I would like to see the liquidation of these positions. I would like to see to go up 21.6. I have mentioned even 23k would be something healthy for the market. I'm not expecting 25k. We had a lot of puts flows related to puts 25k, for example, but it doesn't mean we need to go to 25k for that. 23, 24 would be also possible. Even that I couldn't imagine at the moment because the sell resistance is very big and bulls are a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit capitulating. They are like they test to go up. They notice I mean, it was a really hardcore fight that they had just go up again to 21,100, and it was like, okay, okay, I give up, and then the price went down. It's not the first time I'm observing that. That's very interesting because some whales, are trying to fight a giant one. I'm still convinced we are here seeing a big institutionals, maybe hedge funds, maybe banks. I really don't know who is behind, but it looks very, you know, here's someone, as I mentioned several times, it has a plan, he will stick to it, and he doesn't care a lot about money. It seems his goal is giving him a lot more profit than everything he can do right now in short term. Well, let us take a look to FTX. And I don't think that FTX looks similar, but surprise me, please. It takes a little bit more. Oh, it looks similar. Wow. And the same price. Yeah, it's same. So, I mean that's not a coincidence. You can tell me a lot, but it's not a coincidence that high leverage shorts are really using the same profile and setup. So we need to see later on if someone is really trying to protect these positions. If that's the case, I would flip to ultra bearish. If that's not the case, I have mentioned and described yesterday a theory that I have, such kind of let us push the price in our direction using high leverage positions and liquidate them. That would be at least a very smart way to manipulate the price. You have there something, you are bullish, okay? Right now you are quick accumulating, for example, and then you push just a little bit. You wait that the market is cooling down, the volume declines, and then just a little sequential pump, it's enough to go up to 21K, and then you trigger the liquidation. What do you think would happen? Yeah, we would really quick go up, very quick. Until 21.7, 21.8, you would trigger some FOMO by some people. They will start to buy and go long. And that's the moment where you can flip again and liquidate all late longs afterwards. So it would make sense. Of course, you have to make some math to see if that makes sense based on money. If it makes sense to invest, for example, 50 million US dollars in high leverage shorts just to liquidate them, and you can make, for example, I don't know, $1,000 pump with that. And if you want then to sell your bitcoins and you're going to make 300 million with that, maybe then it makes sense to make such kind of deal. But however, that's just an example, that's just a theory, but it's not the first time that we are detecting such kind of coincidences on FTX and Binance with exact the same setup on high leverage short positions. Let us take a look to the next chapter. So here we are. 30 minutes time frame, so that's not that tiny. Let me refresh. Wow, 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 wow. What's happening here? Crypto quant alerts. A big sell off coming. In just And I mean, we are not talking even 1 hour, but aggregated inflows to Bitfinex, 3,850. That's now 40 minutes ago. Now 5,570 Bitcoins to Bitfinex and another 1,150 Bitcoins to Coinbase. Nice. Whew. It's hot today. Well, that's the aggregated part. As you see, they are selling. It matches very well to the price action. Even the futures with stablecoin collaterals, but Bitcoin collateral futures are longing. That's very interesting. And FTX selling, but not that much. If we take a look now, who is selling here? Who is the big seller? I know that, but I will just show you that. That's Gemini. Oh, Gemini, what's happening here? Of course, we received a big amount of Bitcoins, and of course, these guys are selling, but not that big. If we take a look to the 30 minutes chart, it will look a little bit different. Also here, as you see, indicating that's just a foretaste. That's not that big. They have just started, but they have received a lot of Bitcoin. So we will see when they start to sell. So we have, of course, Binance. We know that the market maker loves to use Binance. And of course, what we see here, he's selling all the time. All the time. At the same time, aggregated, you see it looks just a little bit different. Here we see still the Bitcoin collateral futures and the stablecoin futures, just indicating they are doing exactly that, what the price is looking like. If we go March, that's Coinbase. Coinbase is always buying, always, always. Then we have here Bitfinex. Let us go here as well to the 30 minutes. Oh, not really selling. So they are chilling. They sold already. But right now, also indicating me they are not ready for that. And Bitcoin perp, Binance perp, sorry, indicating here they're longing a little bit with stable coins. The funding rate is lifting up, it seems. So after it went very low, people, and that's why I'm getting so many alerts with long liquidated, long liquidated, long liquidated. Yeah, well, many were thinking we are going up again, but if you have 21,000 bitcoins on exchanges and they didn't sell all of them, I wouldn't really long. I mean, I'm longing at the same time because, only down doesn't exist, but with stop loss. So in case of, it will trigger it. Let me check. Didn't trigger it? Not yet. So everything is fine. And my short looks really nice. Really nice. So let us take a look to my lovely market makers. And the market makers, I also tweeted about that. You can see that here. Were just buying a little bit. Someone asked me, well, they can really manipulate the market or just drive the markets with 6,000 bitcoins, because I have mentioned that they bought almost 6,000 bitcoins yesterday. No, of course not. I was just telling that they bought 6,000 bitcoins, and usually they use this 6,000 bitcoins just to dump afterwards. Doesn't mean they just use 6,000 bitcoins to dump the whole market with that. They use much more multi-channel with futures, with uh, and even future stablecoin, bitcoins, OTC over the counter, centralized exchanges. So the whole aspects of the market they use to dump the market. Interesting here is that these entities, for example, are lifting up a little bit more imbalances. I wouldn't say that's accumulating, but at least we can say they are not selling more. These guys here have started to decline a little bit, as mentioned in the past. They are not the best in trade behavior, so yeah. And retailers buying, look that. I mean, a lot of Michael Saylors out there, it seems. Just buying, buying, buying. Okay. Um, let us take a look here and we will see. Usually, and that was before the huge dump we had in the past while we reached 70k, 17.7k. As you see, that was a lot of fund flow by the market maker entities. At the moment, it doesn't look that big. And that's why I also think that's just a foretaste what we are seeing at the moment. Okay. So what we can do right now is check miners. If miners, no, miners are not showing anything at the moment. Relatively flat here. We could take a look. Oh, we head to that chart. Oh yeah, let us take a look. OTC selling. Yeah, it's very interesting when you see that. Many people asked me because of that. We have here the fund flows from centralized exchanges, and we have here the fund flows from network. That's the whole network. Okay, network centralized exchanges. So the brown here is FTX, the green here is Gemini, the violet here or purple is Bitfinex, and the green here is Coinbase. And that's here the aggregated mm, centralized exchange activity. So if you have a gap between both, for example, that goes down, that goes up, usually that's a potential. We don't know that. That's one approach to check if we can see big transactions on related to Bitcoin, and usually that's a very interesting sign and indicator of OTC activity. And it matches very well if we check, for example, the price action and then their activity. Let us take a look, for example, here. What we see is that FTX, it seems they didn't both the top, but at the same time, you don't see big activity. A little bit of activity, so it's indicating more that FTX was here the main driver to drop the price. We take a look, for example, here to the next one. We don't see anything related to centralized exchanges, but a rising network activity indicating a potential OTC. And what happened afterwards? The price dumped. And that's how you can measure a little bit. I mean, if I'm going to send you now 100,000 bitcoins, it will appear here as well because it's network activity. So we need to be very careful with that. But if that matches to the price action, for example, like here, and you don't see any centralized exchanges making anything, I mean, someone has to sell, right? Someone has to do here something. So usually that means someone sent or used bitcoins to dump. If they are buying, they are not going to buy here, they are going to buy here or here. As you see, FTX both, it seems here, then when the price were just declining. or here Coinbase, or here Bitfinex, or even here FTX, and so on and so forth, or Gimini just when the price was going down. But if we check here, we see higher network activity indicating someone were here placing big orders and it seems to sell, like for example here. So that's how it works, because some people just asked me. And that's it. Let us go to the next chapter. So we know that we have some high leverage shorts between 21 and 21.7, and we will take a look if we can find something that would let us indicate someone is protecting these positions. That's Coinbase. Coinbase not doing anything. Really, absolutely nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. When I mean nothing, I mean nothing, nothing. Really nothing. Just waiting. Even they field a little bit more orders, just waiting to let the price go down, it seems. If we check here, oh, it looks very, very neutral, to be honest. They are not pushing the price down or something. Deribit. Let us take a look to Deribit. So Deribit still waiting there with a lot of sell orders at 30k. Something, it's not wondering me, but everything else. Bitstamp stopped its wall here, I don't know why, and shifted to 18. Still a wall at 30k, but yeah. And they are buying, that's the CBD. Binance Spot. Binance bought here at almost 22 and at 23.7. If we take a look, if we if we check a look, if we take a look, 20k expecting and waiting here, but the biggest one at 19, also very interesting. We need to see. Bitfinex spot still there at 23k, so it would make sense to see a price go up to 23k. And 19.4, and that's it. FTX perp, so futures, just there at 23 again. So I think 23k. If they want to push up, 23k would make sense. It would be very nice, just FTX perp also shorting more. They shorted very well, to be honest. Very well. And demanding a little bit more longs, but not that big. Kraken. Kraken at 22k waiting and 18.5, 19.5 and a little bit at 20. Bitmax. No, just here somewhere at 17. They removed the wall at 20k. Also interesting. Bitfinex derivatives. Wow, look, they really closed or removed a lot of orders. Now we have here a little bit. Yeah, if we take a look. Also interesting, but not really useful. Kraken futures, nothing. And FTX spot. FTX at 21,400. It seems, yeah. Doesn't look like they want to let the price go up. Not that much. Also very interesting, to be honest. I need to check my. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. So, and now let us take a look to Binance Futures because that's the main one. Oh, look that. Look that. Now you will see how they push the price down. Look the fight. I like that. You can see here how much they are selling right now. So they are shorting. Wow. 70 Bitcoin. Okay. So it's really a fight what's happening at the moment. Bulls are trying to push up. Bears are pushing the price down again. Wow. Now bulls just put 100 Bitcoins on the table and are rising. Oh no, it's red. Oh, that's bears. Okay. Uh, I need to read that well. Yes, you see, if you take a look here, it's red, indicating they're shorting and shorting and shorting and shorting. You see 680, 800, 830, 40, 50, 60. Wow. I like, to be honest, if I'm checking the heat map, it's really useful to see how strong bears or bulls are. And yeah, as you see, they let the price go up and then they started to short a lot. And that's how they are doing that. That's really big what they are doing. So the whole market at the moment is in hands and controlled by the bears and not by the bulls. They know exactly what they want. Let us take a look here. We have a little wall at 21,500. Coincidence? Exactly the same like FTX. But no one is really protecting these short positions, and that's wondering a little bit. And again, 89. Kraken, FTX. That's really interesting what they are doing. So it seems they have a plan. Well, let us go over to the personal conclusion. Well, yeah, they are waiting there, but it's really crazy what bears are doing here. They're shorting big here. Yeah, wow, crazy. Well, let us go over.